Cyber recovery is the ability of an organization to recover their critical services or their critical workloads following a cyber breach or a cyber attack. Cybersecurity focuses primarily on protecting the perimeter and protecting those core applications within your environment, but essentially cybersecurity focuses on keeping the bad guys out. Cyber recovery operates at the other end of the scale, where you have to assume a cyber breach has occurred, your core business services have been affected, and a recovery is required. Sometimes cyber recovery is contrasted or compared to disaster recovery, and it's understandable why. Disaster recovery and cyber recovery have the exact same outcome. They're there to deliver on recovering your core business services following an event. The problem with disaster recovery environments in the traditional sense is that they are tightly coupled, or usually tightly coupled, to production. You will have high-speed network links between the two environments. That affords you the ability to dynamically fail over and fail back workloads. Your data is continuously synchronizing between the two environments. In the event of a cyber attack, you have to consider your disaster recovery environment as a valid attack surface. If any sort of data corruption occurs within your primary site, corruption will eventually permeate into your disaster recovery site, making it not fit for purpose. Well, the same scenario applies to backup environments. Backup environments are tightly coupled to your production infrastructure. They're thereby designed to facilitate concepts such as continuous data protection to allow you quickly protect core data sets. They also allow you to quickly recover in the event that you need to instigate an instant recovery or mass recovery of multiple systems. But by design, because of that tight coupling to your production core infrastructure, they are also susceptible in a cyber breach or a cyber attack. You can enhance the security posture of these solutions. So for disaster recovery and for backup environments, you can employ layers of security such as multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. You can bring in immutable storage concepts, but the issue with these environments is the fact that they are accessible across your production estate. You cannot guarantee that these systems won't be impacted during a cyber breach. Most mature organizations have a disaster recovery position and understand the requirement for disaster recovery, and have done for many years now. Organizations are much more likely to be impacted by a cyber breach than by an actual disaster. Yet there is very little investment being made in cyber recovery solutions today. When we look at protecting production workloads, it is standard practice within our architect teams that they will develop a solution that has a DR position, that we can recover in the event that there is a disaster. Yet we don't put the same focus on a cyber recovery position or making sure that our production workloads are CR compliant in the same way that they're DR compliant. Here in Europe, the EU recognises the lack of maturity in this space and has brought out legislation and directives to enforce compliance across the financial industry through NIS2 and DORA. While the DORA legislation focuses on financial institutions, we feel that all organisations should have a cyber recovery position and be cyber recovery compliant. The core objective of any cyber recovery solution is to deliver on its number one requirement of recovering your critical business services in the event of a cyber breach.